Welcome to a special episode of Alphabet City. I'm Isaac Tarn. I'm here with the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus. That's right, we're at the Samsung event. If you want to know about all the specs, check out our deep dive. We'll have the link in the description. This is all going to be about the perspective of a Note user. That's me. I use a Note 8 every single day. I want to see if the Note 10 or the Plus makes a believer out of me. One of the first things I noticed about the brand new Note is how small it is. Samsung has cut off the bezels off the top and the bottom. They're really, really tiny. In fact, this Note 10 is on top of a Note 9. You can see that there's a very similar screen size. The Note 9 has a 6.4-inch screen. The Note 10 has a 6.3-inch screen. They're running the same resolution. But what's even more insane is the Note 10 Plus, which is underneath the Note 9, they're about the same size. Samsung crammed a 6.8-inch screen and essentially the same form factor as the Note 9. And I'm telling you, it looks spectacular. The distinguishing feature of any Note is the S Pen, and of course, there is an S Pen in the Note 10. This is the 10 Plus right here. There's support for air gestures, so you can switch cameras and things. I don't think that's going to make me want to buy it. They added these kinds of new features to the S Pen with the Note 9. The button became a remote. That didn't get me to go from an 8 to a 9. I don't think any of this air gesture stuff's going to work either. Oh, that's the reason you get a Note 10. But this, it still feels like the Note. I was playing around in the drawing apps. It feels right. And the weird thing is Samsung has positioned the Note 10 as this work play device, a very different kind of look compared to the old days of the productivity machine. I'm going to keep playing around with the stylus to see how it compares with the older ones. Trying out the stylus, we're going to open up a new Note. There's a new Notes app, which is supposed to be a lot smarter than the older one. I was talking to Samsung to see if those features are coming to older devices. They could not speak to that. Now, in theory, I'm supposed to be able to take my handwritten text and turn it into text in a Word document. So I'm going to hit save on this. I'm going to go to my View All Notes, see my shopping list. Now, in theory, I should be able to make it a Microsoft Word file. There it is, shopping list, monkey, cheddar, and shoes. Now that's pretty important because that is a weird list. Samsung did not try to figure out what did you mean by that. It said, hey look, I know that you wanted monkey, cheddar, and shoes on your shopping list. They converted my handwriting, which I didn't have to learn its handwriting, it learned my handwriting. So my handwritten notes become editable text. Okay, this handwriting to actual editable text, that's a huge deal for someone like me. I take tons and tons of notes, which are not searchable on my Note 8, and it drives me nuts. So this kind of feature would actually get me interested in a Note 10. I did ask Samsung, hey, is this new Notes app with this new feature coming to older Notes? They could not tell me, and if I had to guess, I would say no, because they want me to buy this thing, and it's pretty cool. What you're looking at is 3 generations of S Pen. Now, maybe in this shot you can't really tell what the differences are between them, but since I write a lot with my S Pen, the Note 8's got a very thin, kind of plasticky, almost bendy kind of feel to it. The Note 9's a bit sturdier, but a little bit more flat. And I will say the Note 10's S Pen has got a nice mix of the both, where it's a bit rounded and a little bit more flat, but it's definitely sturdy in the hand. Could be a function of being brand new, but it is a slight improvement when it comes to the actual feel of the S Pen. All right, guys, in my hand right now, the largest screened Note that's ever existed. This is the Note 10 Plus with a 6.8-inch screen, which is just enormous. It's actually the biggest screen you get on a Samsung device right now because it just toppled the S10 5G, which had a 6.7-inch screen. And here's a weird thing, though. They both have the same screen resolution. So if you're thinking, hey, bigger phone, bigger screen, yeah, technically it's larger, but the resolution is the same. Now, you might gain a couple of pixels because this Infinity O display only has this one cutout versus the pill-shaped that's on the 5G. Things are a bit hectic in here. You won't believe it. I've got another phone with the Note 10 Plus. This is the Huawei P30 Pro. And you can see, when it comes to styling, they're kind of similar. You got the vertical cameras on the back. You've got these really funky looking designs. They move with the light. Now, will you ever see that when you put a case on this beautiful phone? I don't know. Maybe you want a clear case. But this definitely gives it a distinguishing feature that wasn't on the older Notes. All right, I've only had a few minutes with the Galaxy Note 10 and 10 Plus. Is it going to get me to change up from the Note 8 that I've had for such a long time? Well, you know, look, it's definitely pretty. It's got some really cool points to it. but there's a lot of reasons why I would look at the 10 Plus over the 10 itself. There's a micro SD card slot in this, and I definitely need that. I use up space like a monster. I'm not sure exactly why. Lots of movies, 4K videos, all that kind of stuff is on my Note 8. But if I went with the 10, there's no expansion. I'm not a big fan of that. Now, all the new Notes don't have a headphone jack compared to my old Note 8. Now, in this reality, how often do I use wired headphones with my phone? Not very often. I have lots of wireless headphones at this point. I have backup pairs because there's so many devices that use Bluetooth. So am I willing to let it go? Maybe if I have to keep the dongle on me, that's something else. There are some really cool features when it comes to the Note 10 with its software. The question is whether Samsung will take those software features and bring them to older Notes. Now, as mine is the Note 8, it probably won't get updates. Does that mean you should buy the Note 9 at a discount? Maybe. That could be something you want to do. When the Note 10 comes out, you're looking at discounts on the Note 9. So definitely take a look at our full reviews of the Note 9 and see why it could still be a good deal for you. Samsung added some gee whiz features with the Note 10 and its actual stylus. You have gestures, air gestures. So if I want to zoom in, I can make a little swirly. If I want to switch cameras, I can do that too. Is that going to run against the Pixel 4? Yes, that's going to have gesture support, but they're totally different animals. Pixel 4 is using radar to track your movements. The Note 10 and 10 Plus is using this device. You lose this device, you lose your gesture support. Do you like that? Because I don't really care for it. Then again, will I ever use gesture support on a Note 10? Probably not. I'm not really sure who that's for. All of that being said, should somebody on a Note 8 or a 9 switch to the 10? Maybe. I say it's easy to go 8 to 10. If you're going to get a 10 for 5G, I suggest not doing it, at least in the US. The network is a kind of a mess. You don't know if the device is going to work from carrier to carrier, so if you want to switch, you might not actually be able to use your phone. Wouldn't that be fun? Now look, am I going to go with the Note 10? I need to spend a lot more time with this device. All the bells, all the whistles, even the shiny. That's awesome, but it didn't win me over on its face. I need to know more about the phone. If you want to know more about the Note 10 and the Note 10 Plus, check out Jess Delcourt's video. We've got a link to that. I'm Ayaz Akhtar. I'm going to spend more time with my Note 10.